This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, 29. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Michaela Kamarek.
Gliderroll Garage Doors' new Platinum and Native Series sectional doors are here. Gliderroll.com.au.
It has been a long and frightening night in Ukraine as Russian forces edge closer to the capital. Fresh attacks have just been launched near Kiev. Multiple explosions have rung out as dawn breaks. Many families are sheltering in underground metro stations along with prams and pets. The United Nations says more than 100,000 Ukrainians have fled their homes, seeking refuge in Poland, Romania and Hungary. Ukraine says 137 people have been killed. Meanwhile, Australia has rolled out a third wave of sanctions against Russia in line with its allies. The European Union has finalised new restrictions targeting transport, visas for Russia's elite, technology, energy and the financial sector. French President Emmanuel Macron says the package includes aid for Ukraine.
We've adopted a macro-financial aid package of 1.2 billion euros. It will go even further and all financial and other means will be mobilised, and we are prepared to go on supplying material for support of the population and for support of the military.
Oil prices have jumped in response to the conflict, and that means petrol prices will rise in Australia. The US is increasing its oil production, and as other OPEC countries follow, it should mean the extreme high prices start to drop. But in the meantime, expert Peter Coley says drivers just need to be aware.
With the averages at worst being around $1.94 in Perth, but more consistently around the 180s for most of the capital cities and in the high 170s for many regional parts, any service station charging over $2 a litre, we would encourage motorists to just drive straight past them.
A $65 million boost has been announced to help us tackle the final frontier. The funding is for the Australian Space Agency based here in Adelaide, with the hopes of getting another Aussie into orbit very much on the agenda. Minister for Science and Technology, Melissa Price, says space has unlimited opportunities.
We're very ambitious to triple the size of the sector to $12 billion and create 20,000 jobs by 2030.
The state election campaign continues today with health once again on the agenda. Labor has pledged to increase hospital bed capacity. They've promised 24 additional beds at Flinders Medical Centre, 16 at Gawler Hospital and 24 at the Lyle McEwen. Peter Malinauskas says it's part of a comprehensive package to fix ramping.
This is critical because ramping is now up 485% over the life of this government in comparison to when Labor was last in office.
And South Australia has recorded another 2 COVID deaths today and 1,714 new cases. There are 112 people in hospital, 13 in ICU and 4 on a ventilator. Now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Brisbane has had a big win over Adelaide in a practice match on the Gold Coast, the Lions winning 138 to the Crows 49. Currently it's Port up against the Suns. Australian cricket captain Pat Cummins says Steve Smith has recovered from his recent bout of concussion. He says Smith will be good value on the coming Pakistan tour.
Not only just for his runs, but he's performed and done well over there, so he's great for the younger guys and the other batters who haven't played a lot over there to talk to. He's absolutely fine. He's batted in the nets the last couple of days.
Australian athletes in Russia are making a quick exit. Aerial skier Danielle Scott is being praised by Prime Minister Scott Morrison for withdrawing from the final World Cup events of the season. The ATP Tennis Tour has cancelled next week's Challenger Tour tournament in Moscow, and Formula One champ Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen are calling for the Russian Grand Prix to be relocated. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens repair it on the spot. $75. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
At Cruden Park, look out for a breakdown on the north-south motor. At Croydon Park, look out for a breakdown on the north-south motorway. That's near South Road, causing a few delays. At Darlington, she's slow going. Works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue near the South Road intersection. And Woodville Park, works on Port Road near Kilkenny Road continue. Got one lane out of action, speeds at 40 k's there. Cameras, Raglan Avenue, Edwardstown and Port Road at Hindmarsh. Hurry to Freedom for the end-of-season outdoor furniture stock clearance with up to 30% off selected outdoor furniture. Sale on now, only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, 29. Sunny tomorrow, 29. Sunday much the same, 29. And Monday partly cloudy, a top of 28. Right now it's 29. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
Russian troops approaching the Ukraine capital. We're live to the war zone. Plus, we speak to the Adelaide locals worried for their loved ones in the line of fire. The alarming number of older drivers in crashes. Hear the message from SA Police. And the new COVID-19 treatment that will soon be available in Australia. I'm Brenton Braglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The 5AA Sport Show with Stephen Rowe. Adelaide's sport destination.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
5 minutes after 4, footy is back. Footy Friday on Rowey's Sports Show for the first time in 2022. Sam Tugwell stepping in for Leith Forest. And with Port and the Crows in action up in rainy Queensland, it's a warm welcome to you, Rowey.
Thank you, Sam. Oh boy. Same old for the Crows. That was very disappointing. Smashed in midfield, destroyed out of centre square. 7 goals they kicked. This is the Lions. Killed in the air, I thought. 2 marks inside 50 for the game and under 30 inside 50s. It was hard to watch. It was really men v boys, a top 4 v a bottom 4 team. So we'll speak to Crows assistant James Rahili after 4:30. Now, although losing by 89 points, there was a glaring positive. His name is Josh Rochelle.
Rochelle!
Little wins.
Now, he kicked 3 and looked lively.
Schoenberg turns, looks up, and the juggled mark taken by Josh Rochelle. Been compared to Toby Green, the match winner from the Giants, and he has kicked it through. Rochelle's eyes light up. A shot on goal from Josh Rochelle is all class. Saligo up towards his fellow draftee. That's a great mark there from Rochelle. So for goal number 3, winds up. That is a magnificent strike.
Now, they were 3 very good goals, you must say. He's an opportune forward. He's trying to play close to goal and all that sort of stuff. Other than that positive, I'm really not sure. I mean, I'm going to do crickets, but no, seriously, it is only Feb 25, so there's not doom and gloom. Keys did win the toss. Is that a positive?
Yeah, we take that.
There were no injuries. I think that is a positive. But there is a big positive. They will be full strength v Port next Saturday at Richmond Oval. Think of these names with run and carry through the midfield and cross half back. Dawson.
Yep.
Now, if he plays like he did at Sydney, that's massive.
Huge.
Sloan is their heart and soul.
Yep.
No question about that. Miller, if he can get back to that elite level running and sidestep, he's a gun. Duday and B. Smith. They haven't even mentioned Tech. So, I mean, and Seedsman, we know we're not going to get him for a while. But there's a bit of run and carry there, and I'm not trying to polish a you-know-what. That is a little bit of positivity, because the Sip and Save text line has already gone berserk. We would love your interaction. How's this one from Jeff? Well, that's helped my bottom 4 selections, Kangaroos and Crows. Smoke v the top 4 teams. After watching the Crows, not sure who I'd rather be. Jeff, I'll say it again. Sloan, Walker, Dawson, Miller, Smith, they all come back. That's 7 massive ins. Again, it's if buts and candy nuts. But I did look at this, Jeff. To keep it in context, Crows only had 5 players who played over 50 games in that game. 5 of 25.
That's a very small amount.
Lions had, guess how many? 17.
Over 10. Yeah, 17.
Including 11 that played over 100. Now, they're in their flag window. They're in a different part of their development. Crows, well, today, clearly, they're miles off. So have you say about that, Crows supporters, if you watched or you want some interaction, we'd love to hear from you. Well, if you think that was bad, there's a game on at the moment. Port Adelaide are having, well, a stinker, well, an early scare. Quarter time, how's this, Port supporters? These think if this is a bit of deja vu. 6-2-38 to Port Adelaide's 1-5-11. They were very, very wasteful.
Alex Davies will get a 50-metre penalty. Right on the siren of quarter time. Ken Hinkley will not be happy with that. From outside the 50. Does it have the legs? It's going, it's going! It's a goal! What a first quarter from the Gold Coast Suns. 6 on the board.
It was Bulldogs prelim all over. They picked up where they left off. I had a look at the Bulldogs quarter time prelim against Port. It was nearly identical. Then they kicked the first 2 goals. Half time, if you've not tuned in, 8-6 to Port Adelaide's 1-10.
Not a lot of scoring on the stroke of half-time. Port Adelaide held goalless in that turn. They kicked 5 behinds.
Now, currently, what is it, Sammy?
This current score, Port Adelaide have literally just kicked their second goal. They're 2-13 halfway through the third quarter to Gold Coast 9-7-61. 61 plays 25.
And at one stage, they were 1-13.
They were 1-13 about 2 minutes ago.
That is not good. We're going to speak to Sandford coach Matty Locken after 5 o'clock. Think about that team. Dixon and Fantasia, probably the only walk-ups that are out. Oh, maybe Bergman. So maybe 3 go into that team. So they're full strength. Just some news. Scotty Lycett limped off, but we think he'll be okay. Pau Pepper's done his hammy. Looking for a big year from Pau.
Yep.
Connor Rosie's nursing an ankle, apparently. Let's hope it's not that foot.
You don't want that foot again.
And Jonas got a corky to his hip flexor. And again, on the Sip and Save text, people want to have their say. Lines are available. We'll take your calls whenever you get through. Gold Coast playing like this is their grand final, and Port like every worker Friday Arvo. Yeah, factor nil. Now, Dave, do you really think that? Every time you step out there, you expect to perform. We heard a presser from Ken Hinkley, didn't we?
Oh, we did. They have a very strong attitude this year, as you'd expect.
But you know what drives anyone who's in this game is ultimate success, and that's what drives me. And this club believes in winning premierships, and we set out in 22 to win the premiership.
Not in that form. What's the score again?
2-13 to 9-7.
Just kicked their second goal halfway through the second quarter. So, Crows fans, what did you think? What did you like? What do you want to ask? James
Riley.
James Riley. We just swapped because I looked at my spreadsheet and I got Scotty Burns there. Burns out, Rahili in. And Port supporters, have you picked up where you left off? A slow start. You're being smashed at contest. Anyone alarmed? Anyone nervous? Or is it the 25th of February? Have your say, 82230000. The other game, so Lions and Crows, that's played, Port and Suns into the third quarter. Pies v Hawthorn. So Craig McRae v Sam Mitchell, 2 new coaches. That's just started. We'll keep those scores coming in. Swans are going to take on the Giants tonight from 6, and Eagles have a derby v Freo from 7:40. It's all live on KO. So that's 5 games in 9 hours. I think footy's back.
Footy is definitely back. Friday.
I think Footy Friday for Rusdens is back. How's this one? I don't know how I feel about this, but we'll share this with you.
Oh.
A pie and a beer will cost more at Adelaide Oval this year. Around 11% if you average it out across the board. So a beer last year was $8.50. It's now up to $8.90. That's a 40-cent increase. A pie last year was $4.50. It's now $5, Nate. It's up 50 cents. On a positive, SMA prices are still lower than the 2019 pre-COVID prices. Remember when they did that big price cut? It was welcomed and it was great. So it's still better than pre-COVID. However, it is higher than the MCG. Now, I know the SMA's been hurt. I know the entertainment industry's been hurt. Crows and Port have been hurt. We haven't been able to fill the joint. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that. The commercial realities are this. Things are going to go up because of COVID. End of story. So how do you feel about it? Have you say, and at least we're at capacity, 100% capacity for round 1.
That's exactly what we're looking forward to, 100% capacity. But interesting on the food prices, you look at the MCG, you'd think sporting-wise and event-wise, they've been heavily hit, mostly out of every venue across the country. Our prices are still more expensive than the MCGs.
I know.
MCG look after their fans really well when it comes to food, so I think there's some things we'll end up learning over the next little while.
Well, all I'd say about that is I guess you can buy better when you got bigger volume. And they get bigger crowds. Maybe that's the thing. But We put a call through the SMA. They're busy this afternoon. We get that, but you can have your say about the prices. You can have your say about Port or the Crows. Got ourselves a $50 Barrow Hotel Group voucher. Lines available.
They are.
Footy's back. Have your say.
We want to hear from you on Footy Friday. A quick score update from the Collingwood-Hawthorn game as well for those fans. Collingwood are doing a bit of a Gold Coast Suns at the moment. 9 goals, 155. Absolutely smashing the Hawks 2-3-15. This is in the second period, it says. So I think they might be playing maybe 3 or 4 or 5 quarters. Who knows what it looks like, but it won't be 4 quarters of football. So we'll see how that one all pans out. Different rules, obviously, practice games, different formats for different games. James Rowley's going to join us from up on the Gold Coast from the Adelaide Crows after their loss by 89 points to the Lions earlier today. Matt Loken as well from Port Adelaide. Josh Cavello's going to join us from the Reds, and Pat Cummins, we should mention this earlier, the Australian captain on way to Pakistan. He's going to join us later on the show as well. It's 14 minutes after 4. Your call's next.
Mum? Dad?
Hey, honey.
I've met someone.
Oh my God, is he a doctor? A lawyer? Is he a surgeon?
He's a concreter. From Adelaide Exposed Concrete.
But why? Didn't you say so?
At Adelaide Exposed Concrete, we're committed to the highest standards of service, design and workmanship.
Finally, we've got a concreter in the family.
Adelaide Exposed Concrete. Best on ground, all year round.
Attention Adelaide! Harvey Norman Clearance Centre have scooped a shipment of Smeg appliances. For a limited time, you can grab yourself Smeg premium brand appliances from our clearance centre. New, refurbished, box damaged and deleted lines. Ovens, cooktops, range hoods and dishwashers. All this stock comes with manufacturer's warranty. Smeg Appliances at Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Look for the red sign. Shop now at Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, 919 Marion Road, Marion.
16 past 4, lines available. Love to hear from you if you watched the game or ask me a question. I watched both of them. Hey, if you're catching up with your mates this weekend, it's always a great idea to start at Sip and Save. They've got everything you need for a great weekend. So get ready to sit back, relax with your mates, and thanks to Sip and Save. Check out these great deals. Cooper's Dry 24 packs, $43.99. Wild Turkey and Cola, 4.8%, 10 packs, $41.99. And Russian Standard Vodka or PIM 700ml, only $35.99. And for even more great specials, head in store or visit sipandsave.com.au. Or to make it easier, Sip and Save have a 1-hour delivery or pickup available in selected areas. Just download the app. Shop at sipandsave.com.au.
She's like dying.
Explore Australia's biggest arts festival at Adelaide Fringe from the 18th of February to the 20th of March. With over 1,000 shows, act now and get your tickets. Supported by principal partner Bank SA. Search Adelaide Fringe today.
For 38 years, Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip. And right now, Steinborner Automotive Gawler has stocked up with 30 hand-picked 2018-19 ZB Commodores. Choose from a range of factory edition or special black edition with black roof and black wheels. That's 2018 and 19 ZB Commodores from $23,990, all with a balance of factory warranty. View all their used vehicles at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
Don't just get any old mattress and cross your fingers. There's only one award-winning Sleeping Duck mattress that Australia loves and comes with a system to get the comfort perfect for you in your very own home. Get it perfect at sleepingduck.com.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey Sport Show.
18 minutes after 4, taking your calls, 8223 0000. Lines are open. Footy Friday, it is back. Plenty of text coming in on the Sip and Save text as well. Port Adelaide currently live against the Gold Coast Suns, third quarter, 24 minutes in. They have just kicked their third goal. They started off slow, 1 goal 13. They now have 3 goals 13 to the Gold Coast Suns 10-7-67. So the Suns by 36 points as we speak. Collingwood Hawthorn on as well. And we'll take your calls. Crows earlier today lost by 89 points to the Lions. So we'll check all your thoughts on that in just a moment. But first, let's check the traffic. There's 5 Lexus bonus draws. Get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets before midnight Friday to win.
At Croydon Park got a breakdown on the north-south motorway near South Road. Darlington works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue near the South Road intersection. O'Halloran Hill, look out for works on Majors Road near the Southern Expressway. That's affecting both directions, speeds at 40 with cameras Daggs Road, Croydon Park, Goodwood Road, Kirtleite Gardens and Port Road at Cheltenham. A little bit of help brought to you by NRMA Insurance, who are proud to be helping right across South Australia as part of the same family as SGIC. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Love your call. Get on the blower. Let's go to Quentin. How are you, young man?
I'm good, thank you. Being a Sun supporter, hey, just want to do a Rowey.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too excited because it's only February. But have you got the song?
No,
that's the
come
one. That's the one. Hey,
get...
living in Adelaide, being a Sun supporter, we beat either one of the sides. Doesn't matter if it's tiddlywinks or whatever. It's a good thing because they're near enough full strength and we're not.
Yeah, Quentin, and the other thing with that is Luco's not playing and King did his knee, so there's some good signs. Look, we've had a lot of text.
Great signs.
Yeah, no, there is. And about bloody time too with the Gold Coast. A lot of people are saying, easy Tiger Rowey, tone it down. It is a trial game. It is a trial game, but I think Gold Coast need to hit the ground running and play good footy. And they, up to half-time, were absolutely superb, Quentin.
Yeah, we're good, you know, and the Port Adelaide score, by what I'm seeing, is that the pressure that's put on those guys, the Port Adelaide forward line, they're going out into the pocket, so they're kicking points, and that's pressure from the opposition. It's not so much the talent of them.
They've been
so,
good.
Yeah.
One goal, 13, you captain. Quentin, mate, you got the early crow. Go your hardest. I'd be happy too. Playing good footy. Let's go to Blair Athol. Tracy.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Trace.
I was really, really happy with the watching Rochelle this morning, especially the one when he got in there and got in and under and flicked that handball out, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Oh, hello. He's clever.
Yeah. Oh, clever's not the word. He is so composed for a young man. The first time I've actually seen him play, and wow, I'm liking it.
Yeah,
and
well, that was
also,
the real positive, Trace.
Yeah, and to get around the food prices, take your own food, but you can't take hot food in. You can take plenty of cold food in and water.
Yep.
But you don't have to buy food there. Take your own.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you for that, Tracy. Almost three-quarter time. Gold Coast 10-8 to Port Adelaide 3-13. Lines available. Have your say. 822 300 will get you straight to air. Got a couple of prizes we can give away. Hey, Collingwood's Mason Cox has been granted permission to wear prescription glasses in all AFL games this year. Now, that game's underway as we speak. Is he in the team, Mason?
I haven't checked if he is
Collingwood
or not.
v Hawthorn. We get a score update.
I've seen him running around, though.
He is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the AFL. He's had multiple pokes in the eye in his AFL career, 6 surgeries, which is alarming, 3 on his left, 2 on his right. He's had his retina displaced, a bit like what Rory Sloane said, so I don't mind he's wearing them. I bet you any money, because he's a bit of a different cat, old Mason. He's got a little bit American about him. Bet you he's got a big Nike swish or an Adidas logo on there.
No, so he's gone to a specialist in Melbourne, actually, to find. So let's have a quick listen to Coxie.
You're kind of nervous, I think, the first day, and then everyone just kind of gets used to it. A few of the players have tried it on, going, oh, it's not too bad, actually. One of the biggest problems I had was my pupil wouldn't constrict again, so you're going under lights is essentially looking into the sun. Fortunately, now I've been able to link up with eyesports.com.au and different, I guess, intensity of tint, so you got some that are a bit darker and some a bit lighter. Depending on how much, light is on the day will be, I guess, this selection of tint I'll use.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah, so he's got a whole range of glasses he can use for different kinds of games.
Yeah, there'll be a logo on it. Hello, Tyson.
I did some of the renovations on the Southern Stand, 7-8 years ago. Even as workers, we would charge top price for food and drink during our lunch times and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. We sort of realised then that, this is going to be a bit of a joke, and that's the lady just called up before. We bring our own food now, and sometimes vodka's in the oranges. Remember the old trick with the syringe?
Yep.
Got to do what you got to do, Rowey.
You got to do, Tice, what you got to do. I don't know how I feel about this. It's still less than what it was pre-COVID, which is great. We've had 2 COVID-affected years, their dollars have been down, and that affects Crows and Port.
Yep.
And, there's a balancing act between the two. So just a little bit of a sports update. Yesterday morning, we heard that the great Rod Marsh had suffered a heart attack. He was in a critical condition when he was rushed to hospital. He's had stents put in, which is fantastic. He's on the mend, we're led to believe. So here's for a full and speedy recovery. We're getting a lot of Sip and Save texts giving their thoughts to the great man and their family, to Roz and the boys. Our thoughts with you for a full and speedy recovery. And it's a very private time.
It is.
So we wish them well over there, but the prognosis is what we're hearing is good.
Certainly.
And that's a positive that we'd like to share. Let's hope it stays that way. And don't forget, 5 p.m. this Arvo, voting closes for the 2 vacant member-elect board positions for the Crows. 7 really good nominations, 2 spots. Cast your vote. The AGM is on Tuesday. Make it count. You got till 5 o'clock. So what's that? 35 minutes.
Yep. Get on there and vote as quickly as you can. Plenty of texts coming in Sip and Save text line, mostly along the line of the trial game this afternoon. Whole bunch of people saying, gee, surely you're not taking the first practice match too seriously. Jamie says that. Another one, Rowey, quite a few players missing from the Crows. This shows what effect COVID might have during the year on the lower teams. Interesting point as well, because we are going to see a lot of players, much like this, and unluckily for the Crows mostly, a lot of them are top-line players. So that's going to have a huge impact. But I wonder how much the top teams will be impacted by COVID, a la maybe Port Adelaide. If the top crop go out, are they going to be hit as hard as maybe some of the bottom teams?
Yeah, I know. Sip and Save text. I love our listeners. They listen, they keep us honest. Row. 6 surgeries with 3 on the left and 2 on the right. That's 5. I'd hate to think where the other one happened. Cheers, Brian. Well, you got 3 eyes.
Yeah,
you got
come
the
on.
brown one. Hey, did you dump that?
I'll have to dump that, unfortunately.
Why would you dump that?
Because we have to. Don't make excuses. Listen to the supporters. The prices are over the top, says Terry, and it's cheaper to stay at home and watch it on TV. That seems to be the consensus of a lot of fans nowadays, isn't it? They just don't rate going live anymore to the football. It's so much easier and cheaper half the time to stay at home.
Oh, I don't know about that. I still think it's the greatest game to watch live. And if your team wins, you get the big double Kabunski there. So I'd like to think the Crows and Port members that have paid up will try and get to every game, especially if they're 11-game members. Just repeating that news again, the FIVEAA Milk Sports Update. It is now 3/4 time, 10-8 the Gold Coast, 10 goals 8. Port Adelaide 3-13. And I reckon they were 1 goal 13. Their last 2 goals have been straight.
They have.
3 goals 13. What do you think about that, dearie me?
Yeah, Port fans, don't get too alarmed. Or are you alarmed already? This quick one from Mug before we go to the headlines. Remember last year in the practice matches against Port, the Crows got smashed and it was all doom and gloom. But then round 1 rolled around and we beat Geelong, so just hold.
Yeah, of course you do. People ain't going the early Crow. Here's another Sip and Save. In today's AFL climate in Adelaide, me being a Crow, I prefer Port losing than us winning.
Might be a few of them around.
You know what? There's a lot of people like that. There is a lot of people like that. Love it.
There's something about football. They just love seeing their enemies go down more so than their own team winning. 822 300 00. We'll take your calls throughout the show. 27 minutes after 4. After the headlines, Adelaide Crows assistant coach James Rowley.
5AA Breakfast.
The situation in Ukraine, starting with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
I am proud that Britain did everything within our power to help Ukraine prepare for this onslaught.
US President Joe Biden spoke from the White House.
This is a premeditated attack.
Informing Adelaide.
The guy's mad enough to set off a nuclear bomb. Don't you think?
He alluded to it. He alluded to it yesterday.
Consequences you have never seen.
Yep.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
This week's specials at Foodland. Arnott's Yo-Yo Biscuits, 250 grams. Quite the Aussie fave, just $1.50. Kellogg's Nutrigrain, 500 grams. Breakfast of Champions, only $3.37. And Lynx Body Spray or Antiperspirant, 165ml. A sweet-smelling special, just $3.50. All half price or better. Till March 1st while stocks last.
Great food lives here, Foodland. The mighty South Aussies, yeah.
For the best deal, best service and best experience, you've always gone to Agostino Mitsubishi. Well, here's another incredible reason to visit the team at Nailsworth and Elizabeth, and it's an Australian first. Get 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. You heard right, that's an incredible 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. Check it out at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. Exclusions and conditions including Mitsubishi servicing apply.
We lost Dad to prostate cancer.
Breast cancer nearly took Mum away.
My little brother is living with leukemia.
My pa caught his bowel cancer early.
Make your donation as personal as your story. You can target the cancer that's hurt you most with Cancer Council SA. Learn more or donate at cancersa.org.au.
For many years, people with disabilities have been stuck in substandard, uninviting housing. BET Group provides supported independent living in stylish and homely accommodation. They understand it's not just about how the space works, but how it feels, from lived experience. Choice and individuality are at the core of everything BET Group does. For an NDIS provider specialising in supported independent living and respite, reach out. Visit betgroupglobal.com.au.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. We've been helping Adelaide buyers and sellers for almost 40 years. That's why so many South Australians look to us for real estate advice. Right now, we're working with 4,904 buyers in Toorak Gardens, 4,651 in Wayville, and 4,938 buyers in McGill, all searching for their perfect property in these specific locations. If you're thinking of selling and would like to know how many buyers we're working with in your suburb, go to toop.com.au.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. It has been a long and frightening night in Ukraine as Russian forces edged closer to the capital. Fresh attacks have just been launched near Kiev. Oil prices have jumped in response to the conflict, and that means petrol prices will rise in Australia. There's more funding for the Australian Space Agency based in Adelaide to work toward getting another Aussie in orbit, and Brisbane has notched an 89-point win over Adelaide on the Gold Coast. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Croydon Park, got a breakdown on the north-south motorway near South Road. Darlington, works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue near the South Road intersection. Woodville Park got works on Port Road continuing near Kilkenny Road. One lane out of action, speeds at 40. Pretty slow going at the moment with cameras Eliza Place, Panorama, Goodwood Road, Pasadena and Stonehouse Avenue at Campton Park. Need some space? Right now at 40 Winks, get any size mattress for the price of a single plus and double Qantas points. Ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. 40 Weeks, series of Atsley. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 17. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 30. Right now it's 29. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 29 minutes to 5. 8223 0000. Lines are open. Footy Friday. Crows and Port Adelaide in action this afternoon up in Queensland. One man who was there with the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, Lions 21-12, 138. If you didn't see it, Crows 7-7-49. So it was an 89-point margin. Lions were basically too strong on every line. Their midfield was just so dominant. Joining us is Crows assistant James Rowey. James, thanks for your time.
No, sorry, good to be on.
Yeah, tough day at the office.
Yeah, no, it was. You're probably right. We it was a bit disappointing. We probably did get beaten on most lines. They're a hardened-bodied team and pretty experienced team and had pretty much their best side in. But yeah, we need to be a little bit better, especially around the contest. I was quite disappointed with how clean we were around the contest, which really made it hard for us to get our game going.
To be honest, it looked very, very much like the 2021 Crows. Can I start here, because it was a problem throughout the whole year. I did my own stats. It looked like Lions kicked 7 of their 21 goals direct from centre square clearances. That's still a work in progress, obviously.
Yes, yeah, and when you get the opposition get a lot of penetration from CB and kick goals from there, you really lose your momentum. I think there was a stage in the third quarter where we kicked 2 quick goals early and looked like I think we're only sort of four goals out of it, and coming back, and then I don't think we saw it come down our forward line for about 10 or 12 minutes. Yeah. So it's really hard, and as I said, when it comes straight out of CB and goes forward, it's hard to generate your uncontested sort of game and find some marks and get some confidence in the game. So that'll be definitely something to work on going forward.
What weight do you put on the ruckman actually winning that tap in the centre square and directing it to your midfield and getting that connection? I feel like sometimes I sit here, I call the games and I watch, and I'm putting it all on Riley O'Brien. I know you've got to have coverage on the ground, but it does start with the ruckman, James.
Yeah, Riley's instructed, and I know our FIVEAA does a lot of work on where opposition hit it and where we want to hit it. So the boys are aware of that. So it is up to Riley, and look, their ruckman were pretty good on the day, but we also on the deck need to if we don't win it, not let the penetration that Sydney, that Brisbane got out of that the centre bounce. So that's also on the on-ballers. Yeah, they walked out of there at times. Who's your club's best midfielder to scout an opposition ruckman's arm? Well, the brief part that I've seen has been Matt Crouch has been quite good in the internals. Yes. But look, Rory Laird's ability to get to a body or get out to the loose ball is extremely good as well. So we've got a couple of guys that have got that experience. Another byproduct of last year's season, when I said, to be honest, it looked very much like the Crows of last year. Your aerial ability is frustrating. Your aerial work all across the ground. You just get outmarked in the air, James. Yeah. Yes, no, they did. They did. Backs, look, they were probably under pressure, so from that point of view, the ball just got down there too quickly for that ability. And then the couple of times they intercepted, but I think when we did bring it to ground, you could see that we did look quite dangerous at times as well, and the boys felt dangerous. So we've just got to give them a little bit more opportunity than we are at the moment. It's a tough line for you to coach, James. Inside 50 marks, I counted three, and around 30 inside 50s. I don't know how accurate those stats were. They were mine, but that's a bloody hard line to play when you haven't got quality coming into one-on-ones. Yeah, I do. We need to be better in a contest. We need to be... Yep. I think the boys know, and Rowey would know how much I speak about us being the best contested forward line we can be, but we do need a little bit of uncontested ball coming where we can feel dangerous and we can move this forward. So we haven't got that balance right. We thought we worked on it a lot in the internals, and what you'll see when we do get that part of our game going, it won't be just the forwards kicking goals. There's talk about we need to kick more goals. We need more goal kickers. The good teams kept 10 goal kickers. I think Brisbane had 10 today. Again, today was our forwards just kicking goals. So when you use the ball, you allow them to get forward, and even defenders getting forward, and we'll have a lot more goal kickers once we get our game going. Yeah, and I opened the show with there's some positives. I mean, if we can get Miller back with his run and his carry, his sidestep, Dawson is elite. Smith, we know, is elite. You know, Seed, hopefully he can be right. Well, there's four blokes that are going to give you a lot of looks inside 50, James, and that is going to be a positive. And that's what's happening in the internals. Even Lairdy's been knocking them over. Jordan Dawson's in the match sim games has kicked 3 goals off the wing. You're right about Miller, not always kicking goals, but delivering it really well to the forward. So they're 3 or 4 guys that can really help our uncontested game. Yeah. Now, you're going to have to keep me in check this year, James. Josh Rochelli's starting to light me up already. 3 on debut. You'd take that. Yeah, no, he's just a joy to coach, that boy. Yeah. He knows the game. He's just a gamer. He's confident in his own ability. He reads the game really well, knows what to do, and he's pretty strong around the contest. So he doesn't need it delivered to him perfect, which is what we need at the moment, and he can make something out of nothing. So the guys are going to, grow around him. I think it's going to be good for the Crows, and I think a lot of supporters will enjoy watching him for a lot of years. That isn't a really good positive. The other's Riley Thilthorpe. I mean, he kicked 2. Josh kicked 3. He didn't kick many. He always looked a threat when it came in, Riley. He loves it one-on-one. I loved his body work. What did you do with him in the second half? Did he come up onto the ruck? Did you give him a squirt through the wing? And where's he at, the young colt? Yeah, I think that's where he's at. I think he is. Look, obviously, I'm doing everything I can for him to be our big forward that we want him to be. But at the moment, he's very dangerous in the ruck, and he's actually gets a lot of ball on the wing as well, and can use it by foot as well. So he'll be a lot more versatile than what he was probably last year. We've got guys like Dawson now that can actually rotate with him and can go forward as well and take a mark. So Yeah, I think Riley's best position is to be in the ruck and move around a little bit instead of being deep forward and getting smacked in the back of the head by Harris Andrews and guys like this all the time. But he played on Harris Andrews and was pretty competitive, and as you said, kicked 2 from limited opportunities. So
you take that.
He was okay. Yeah.
He's bandaged up like a racehorse. Is his knee okay?
It's okay. He's a boy that has had a full pre-season, but he's had a few little niggly things where he's still just growing into his body. He's a really big boy for his age, and there's parts of his body that still need to grow with him, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes to make him the best he can be.
What's your biggest takeout, the coaches? You would have sat back, had a little look, had a bit of a chat. What was your biggest takeout?
Oh, well, just what we need to get to with how clean we are around the footy, because if we're not, it really hurts the rest of our game. So it hurts the defence, and we also can't get the ball to the outside. If we get the ball to the outside, we can make better decisions with the ball going forward, and we can show how dangerous our forwards can be if we can do that. So they're probably the biggest takeouts. We know what we have to do, and we've worked really hard on our game. And look, there was a few rusty guys who came. We had a lot of guys who came out of the COVID protocol, so it's not easy to play a game in a humidity up here with just a training session before you come up. So there's a few things that we know we'll improve on next week, and we're pretty focused on the next 22 days before round 1.
Scotty Burns got an idea of what that best look is through the midfield. It was good to see Schomburg get some games through there. Pedler, bits and pieces. I like Berry. I mean, he's a tenacious little fella. Hately. So you're getting some new looks through there?
Yeah, I think so. But majority of the pre-season has had skipper Rory Sloane in there, and Jordan Dawson's been in there a lot as well. So, there's a bit missing today, but it was good, for those young boys to get another go at a quality team. But we don't want to be experimenting anymore. We want to get our best 22 out there. We had Rob and Strawny forward at times, and a few things that we'll probably change going into next week.
Will Taylor Walker play, or you won't worry about him until he's back from suspension?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He'll play, I think, in some of the practice games, and then get him right for round 4.
Okay. No injuries out of the game?
No, Shane cramped a little bit in his groin, but I think he'll come up and be okay. Shane McAdam, it wasn't too bad. He competed okay as well. But I think we're pretty clean apart from that.
Okay. Look, it's not all doom and gloom. Some absolute positives there. We look forward to Port next week. That's Saturday at Richmond Oval. Safe flight back. Oh, by the way, when are you flying home?
Now. I think I'm about to walk out of my hotel room and get on the plane.
Get on the plane, James. Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Great work. James Rowey there, Adelaide Crows assistant coach. And look, it is, and we're getting a lot of texts. Keep them coming in. It's the 25th of February. There was a lot of players out. That's great. You're not polishing a you-know-what. My disappointment was the same problems of last year, the glaring problems I saw again with the same guys that are in there. Now, it's not all on Riley O'Brien, but a good quality ruckman destroys him with the ruck work. When you can kick 7 goals where you go, lay it down, handball, inside 50, mark goal, you can't win footy like that. You can't win footy unless your midfield can win it and win it clean. Now, the Blues coming back are going to help, but aerially across the ground, as I said to James, they were terrible. Lost contested ball, lost the aerial battle, lost centre square, lost ground ball, lost stoppage, only 30 inside 50s, only 3 marks inside 50, couldn't generate any quality inside 50. I'd be buggered if I'd want to play in that forward line.
Lots of things to
but
work on.
they're the facts.
Yeah.
Again, it's 25th of Feb.
Yep.
Will those 7 blokes coming in make a difference? See, I think they will. You put Dawson, Rory, B. Smith, Seasman if he's right, Miller, most of them through the midfield. The midfield today was just undermanned and terrible. The numbers were terrible.
Take your best 6 players out of just about any team, and you're always going to find a way to struggle. Your plans and systems have thrown out the window a little bit. So
25th of Feb.
We'll see how they go next week against Port Adelaide at Richmond Oval. Still plenty of texts coming through. 0448 08 1395 on the Sip and Save text. You can get your thoughts out there. Just some quick news around the grounds, because plenty of other practice matches happening as well. James Elliott's just kicked 5 goals for Collingwood. They're cruising against the Hawks, up by about 40-odd points. Tyson Stengel has been named for Geelong, so in their practice match coming up against Richmond tomorrow, which also sees Dusty Martin and Tom Lynch named for the Tigers.
I've heard Tyson is lighting him up. Imagine Tyson going to Geelong, and when he rocks up, he says, "Well, who's the small forward coach?" And then Eddie Betts walks out the locker room.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, good to see you again, Tyson.
Nice to be here.
People don't realise how good this kid can be. I hope in that environment, under Eddie's tutelage, he absolutely flies, the young fella.
He needs to have a future now. Third club?
He will. He just needs people to back him in. He just needs to have that network of people around him to give him what he needs. And when he does, he'll fly.
All right, quick text to come in. Whatever happened to Jason Hately? Jackson Hately. Someone's got that wrong. Haven't heard much about him. That's from Mark. How did you see him today? Because he's sort of on the knife's edge as well for the Crows at the moment.
I haven't heard Jack Sugar. I've not heard that saying,
Neither.
Mark from Para Hills.
And Jason Hately, I'd never heard of him.
Save. Jackson, he needs, I just don't know.
All right, let's check your traffic. You can never think about it.
I don't know where he's at. He's better than Samful, but is he AFL?
That's the question.
That's the best way I could put that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great lad. I want him to be the answer in there with that big body midfielder, but I haven't seen it.
It's a big fish in the small pond in the Samful, isn't he? But
is.
just you want to take that next step. Let's check your traffic out there. There's 5 Lexus bonus draws. Get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets before midnight Friday to win.
At Keswick, got a 3-car crash. Anzac Highway near Everard Avenue. Debris on the road. Drive carefully. Inbound delays there. Darlington got works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continuing near the South Road intersection. And she's pretty slow going. Woodville Park. Those works on Port Road near Kilkenny Road are continuing. Got one lane out of action. It speeds down to 40 k's. Cameras George Street, Theberton, Nottage Terrace, Medini Gardens and Port Road at Cheltenham. RAA members can now save 4 cents per litre per day at EG and Caltex Woolworths fuel and convenience stores. Search RAA member benefits today. Terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer at Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Our recent patient feedback survey indicates a high satisfaction rate with the care and services provided at Western. Most people don't know they can request to be treated at Western by our remarkable doctors, regardless of where your referral or specialist wants to send you. It is your choice where you are hospitalised. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. For more information on accessing our doctors, visit westernhospital.com.au.
The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving 5 lucky ticket holders the chance to drive away in a brand new Lexus, just for getting in early. Plus, your tickets stay in the draws for 2 stunning Scott Salisbury homes in beautiful Somerton Park. There's a catalogue full of prizes, including luxury cars and amazing getaways. Join the fight and get your tickets by midnight tonight at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14133.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8-litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
Our public health system is under more strain than ever, and it's not just from COVID. Hospital capacity must be increased urgently, supported by safe staffing levels that are legally enforceable. The Marshall Liberal government have refused to commit to these actions, while Labor has committed to boost capacity and implement legislation that ensures safe nurse and midwife staffing ratios. When you vote, make sure that you act to protect and boost our healthcare system. Authorised by Elizabeth DeBars for the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation, SA Branch Adelaide.
Oh, Sip and Save have some great offers.
Yeah, I know, like this 700ml bottle of Russian Standard Vodka or Pimm's for $35.99. I love a refreshing Pimm's. Have you found anything?
Yeah, a 750ml bottle of Wira Wira Mrs. Wiggly Rosé is only $13.99. I'm sorted.
Great. Hey, whilst we're here, I might grab a 10-pack of Wild Turkey and Cola 4.8%. They're on special for $41.99.
Nice, now you're sorted.
Whatever the occasion,
start at Sip and Save.
Delivery available in selected areas. For more specials, head to sipandsave.com.au. Prices may vary in country areas.
Last chance at Harvey Norman. Receive bonus gift cards on selected cooking appliances valued over $299. Building, renovating, or just updating. Shop the very latest technology from the world's best cooking brands. Electrolux, Bosch, Fisher & Paykel, Smeg, Westinghouse, Euromade. Plus the latest from Miele, AEG, Neff and LV, Glengas and Ariston. Save up to $1,000 on Belling Richmond Deluxe cookers. Last chance to receive bonus gift cards on selected cooking appliances across the range. Exclusions, terms and conditions apply. See store for details. Offer ends this Monday, now at Harvey Norman.
What's for dinner? Try Cole's simple zucchini spaghetti and meatballs recipe. Made with 5 ingredients in 30 minutes for less than $5.50 per serve. It's one of over 100 recipes at coles.com.au. Coles. Value the Australian way.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 12 minutes to 5. Port Adelaide taking on the Gold Coast as we speak at Metricon Stadium. Being pretty wet, the Crows went down by 89 points earlier today against Brisbane. Score checkers Robbie Gray's lining up for goal. How well can we commentate this one? 5 goals, 19 Port Adelaide are currently to the Gold Coast Suns, 11 goals, 9. And Robbie's slotted the 6th for the game.
Great man, got it.
But I tell you what, having 1 goal 13 at half time, they've come back well with some straight kicking at least.
Well, here's the thing. We got Matty Lockin after 5 o'clock, and I don't reckon Port fans are going to want to hear, we had more scoring shots. 6-19 to 11-9. They've been absolutely outmuscled, outgunned and outran. The balance is, how much of it is, it's the 25th of Feb, it was humid there, it was wet, it was slippery, we went up there, they're playing for their lives, we're just going up there to tweak a few little things, as opposed to, look, we had a bad day and we're worried.
Yeah.
We'll ask Matty Lockin that.
We'll definitely find out. Okay, let's shift tack just momentarily. Adelaide United tomorrow. Really important day for the club.
Adelaide United will host the A-League's first Pride game. That's tomorrow. It'll be for the both men and women leagues. Joining us, the perfect ambassador, Josh Cavallo. Josh, welcome.
Hi, how you going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Good man. A proud day for the club in the A-League.
Definitely. It's something that has happened in such a small space of time, and it's just really exciting to know that my influence of coming out has influenced a change and a spark to, have a Pride game, which is going to be tomorrow at Cooper Stadium with Adelaide United. So I'm really stoked to share something very significant to myself and all the LGBTQ plus people around the world.
How do games like this help break down the barriers and educate for, as you said, the LGBTQ community?
Yeah, look, it's a spark of change, and this is the point of why I came out, because something that we don't realise, there's people that go through these situations that don't get recognised and turn away from sport because they don't feel like they feel welcomed. And the whole point of tomorrow is to show that everyone's welcomed into the stadium to be who they are and to be comfortable in their own skin. And that's the main objective from what we're doing tomorrow.
Okay. I heard you quote, it's bigger than you, it's bigger than sport, the Reds, even football in the A-League. This helps young men and women in their everyday struggles for who they are, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that took me by surprise is that it's not only helping the people in football and helping the people that are watching the game, it's helping people in their workplace. And it could be non-related to any sport. So it's very nice to see my story touch these people. And it's great that, celebrities recognise it. But for me, what impressed me the most is the messages I get on the daily from everyday people saying how I've helped them and how I've guided them and how I helped them come out to their families. So it really makes me proud to do what I've done. And I love, love, love leading it and inspiring others to do the same.
Yeah, keep doing that great work. You got a special strip, are you, the Reds?
Yeah, it's going to be rainbow numbers on our back. So it's going to be for the letters and numbers, which is really cool. All the boys are talking about it in the change room. It's something that has never been done before around the world. So it's really exciting time to be at Adelaide United Football Club.
Yeah, well, equally important, you've got to win.
Definitely, yes. We can't take the focus away. When that whistle goes on the pitch, it's time to do the work and smash it out. It's a crucial 3 points for us.
Yeah, you lost 4-1 last week. I didn't see that coming. Stinky, Josh.
Yeah, that's okay, though. This happens in football. It's just important how you react and bounce back from that. So I'm sure that we can change that and turn it into a 4-1 win tomorrow. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Did you see that coming? I mean, Goody gets the first goal and then you give away 4. Generally, it's been the other way around. You fought back. So uncharacteristic, Josh.
Yeah, look, football's a funny game. You can't really explain things that happen. We started off really well, and for most of the season, we've been finishing off games really well. You know, there's times where I did 2 assists in 2 games, so that was past the 90-minute mark. So, yeah, it's funny how football works sometimes, but yeah, you just got to be determined and keep working and pushing on because you just don't know what's around the corner.
Good luck, Josh. Enjoy. I think you'll take a lot of heart and joy that you started this little ball rolling, and let's hope it can keep rolling. Josh, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, well done. Reds Pride game, Adelaide United, Central Coast, Cooper Stadium. It is tomorrow night. The women are first, then the men, 7:15 kickoff. Special guest, Josh Cavallo.
How good's that? Going to be very exciting tomorrow down there at Cooper Stadium. Get along, get your tickets, and support the Reds in a great cause as well. So at 7 minutes to 5, we'll take a quick break. Port Adelaide and the Gold Coast Suns just about to wrap up. We'll speak to Matt Loken shortly.
Hi there, I'm Grishma, a Specsavers optometrist. Did you know that every Specsavers is locally owned and operated by an optometrist, just like me? We believe eye tests should reveal more, not cost more, which is why we include an OCT advanced 3D eye scan with every eye test at no extra charge. Does your optometrist? Experience the Specsavers difference and book your eye test today. We're here to look after your eye health and keep you safe in store. Visit specsavers.com.au.
For the best deal, best service and best experience, you've always gone to Agostino Mitsubishi. Well, here's another incredible reason to visit the team at Nailsworth and Elizabeth, and it's an Australian first. Get 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. You heard right, that's an incredible 10-year warranty and 10-year cap price servicing on the entire Mitsubishi range. Check it out at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. Exclusions and conditions including Mitsubishi servicing apply.
Truck 3, give me an update on the fire front.
Yeah, it's past Owens Road with ember attack on 6 houses.
What's the status?
5 defending with tanks and hoses. 1 has a fully automated bushfire sprinkler system. They've already evacuated.
Great. Base yourself there. See how many other houses you can save.
Make the smart choice and fully automate your bushfire sprinklers with Embar's intelligent Halo system. Call Embar on 1800 201 570 or visit embarr.com.au.
Are you 65 or over and in general good health? Are you interested in helping your community? At FIVEAA, we're inviting people to participate in important clinical research. Learn more and register your interest today. Visit evrima.com.au/trials. That's evrima.com.au/trials.
Hurry, IGA Shop Scratch Win ends soon. 1 in 5 chance to win a prize with every $30 you spend. While you're there, get Morning Fresh dishwashing liquid 900ml varieties, $3.75 each, half price. And Dairy Farmers Thick and Creamy Yogurt 4-pack varieties, $2.10 each, better than half price. Shop Scratch Win, now at IGA. While stocks last, prices at IGA stores only until March 1. See website for T's and C's. Permit number SAT211433.
Fire, fire, go away. Come again, no more today.
Act now to be bushfire ready. Remember to do your 5-minute bushfire plan. Keep it up to date and share it with loved ones today. It's also important to stay informed. Watch the weather and listen to multiple sources of information. Why risk it? Go to cfs.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
3 minutes to 5 on your Friday. It is Footy Friday. Plenty happening. The Crows and Port Adelaide both in action up in a very wet Queensland today. Metricon Stadium has been soaked overnight. There was reports of 100 mils of rain to come, so they all played through some pretty muddy weather, but they have got through. The Crows 89-point losers to the Lions in their first practice game, going down pretty heavily. And Port Adelaide currently live score as we call full time. 11 goals, 10-76. The Gold Coast Suns with a 21-point win. 6-19, Port Adelaide 55. 6-19. We're going to take that up with Matt Loken shortly.
Yeah, we'll do that after the break. A bit to come out of it. Powell Pepper's done a hamstring. Connor Rowey will ask about his ankle. I hope it's not his foot. Jonas got a corky. Scotty Lycett limped off. There's a couple of injuries there. Want to ask how little Jackson Mead went. Look, we've watched most of it, but we're on air, so it's hard to get it. But a 21-point loss, very, very disappointing. And as far as the rain goes, it wasn't as wet as what they thought it was going to be.
No.
Both teams have to play out there, and I think both coaches would be very, very disappointed for different reasons. Crows because they haven't improved and they stank, and Port because they just didn't show up in the first half.
Yeah.
1 goal 13, I think, was it to half time?
Yeah, 1 goal 13 at half time.
Unbelievable.
Now, you can say that they kicked straight after half time, which is a good thing, but still, I mean, that's a poor start again, which was one of the staple issues of last year.
Deja vu. A lot of sip and save along this line. Hey, Row, bit more polish and glitter on that Crows effort. That's from No Name. No Name, I've called it as I've seen it. I haven't done any polishing with the Crows effort other than pick 6, Josh Rochelle, who kicked 3 on debut. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think you take that from your number 6 pick. One from Steve from Hectorville says, there was absolutely no fallout from that prelim final last year, was there? As a matter of fact, the usual suspects got long-term deals instead of being shown the door. Now, that might be a bit harsh, but it does feel like, as you said at the top of the show, they picked up where they left off a little bit.
They picked up where they left off. I had a look at that Bulldogs prelim in the sport room before we came to air. At quarter time, it was 7-2 to 1-1. It was 6-3 to 1-5. It's what have they done over that summer break? What have they done over that summer break? So again, they're questions we can ask Matty Lockett. And again, a lot of ports say, nick off Row. I mean, honestly, it's the 25th of Feb. Well, we'll see. There's a showdown next week, 2:30, I think, at Richmond Oval. We'll be calling it live on 5AA. So I think they'd want to turn up. The other thing with the Port Adelaide effort, they had all their guns. Bar Dixon, and a lot of you Port people want him out, and Erasio Fantasia. That's your best team right there with those two in. Apparently, Crows had 7 first-choice players of the calibre of Dawson, of the calibre of Sloan, of Walker, of Millerer, of Seedsman, of B. Smith. That's the run and carry they didn't have. So there's a bit more upside. And again, it's the 25th of Feb. Take it as you like.
We'll see some more. We'll talk Port Adelaide next. Matthew Loken live from the Gold Coast as they just start to wrap things up there against the Suns. Losers by 21 points in their practice game. We'll do the mystery voice for Port Adelaide. And the Australian skipper, Test skipper, Pat Cummins will join us as well in the next hour.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Play tonight, a low of 17 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamarek.
Gliderall Garage Doors, adding strength, safety and style to South Australian homes for over 40 years. Gliderall.com.au.
For a second morning in a row, Kiev residents are waking to explosions as Russian troops close in on the Ukraine capital. Europe correspondent Kerry-Ann Greenbank is in Kiev.
Earlier this morning, a huge blast lit up the night sky. The Ukrainian forces are saying that they have shot down a Russian aircraft. They have confirmed that this aircraft had been flying over Kiev and it has then crashed into a 9-storey apartment building. We do understand that apartment building is still on fire. Now, Ukrainian President Zelensky has updated that death toll. He says that 137 people at least have now died in the first day of fighting. That figure includes soldiers and civilians.
Australia is yet to make a decision as to whether the Russian ambassador should be kicked out. The federal government has imposed a third round of sanctions on Russian individuals, banks and other entities. Acting Foreign Minister Simon Birmingham says removing diplomats could be considered next.
Even during World War II, nations kept diplomatic channels open to some extent. So there's a consciousness of those historical precedents, but there are also plenty of occasions where ambassadors have been asked to leave for a period of time. So these matters are under constant review.
The federal government says it has contingencies in place to secure fuel supplies. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is expected to put some constraints on global oil stocks. The move is likely to drive up petrol prices well above $2 a litre. Energy Minister Angus Taylor says the government is working with allies to deal with the issue.
I know the Americans are very focused on this, and we stand ready to work with others to put any possible downward pressure on prices we can. We've got 1.7 million barrels we can get onto the market quickly, and much bigger numbers when you include other countries.
Older drivers are being encouraged to think about their future on the road in a new SAPOL ad campaign. South Australians over 70 make up only 13% of our state's population, but 23% of road deaths. Assistant Police Commissioner Ian Parrott says the campaign is designed to empower elderly drivers.
Some of the things that are reflected in this ad campaign are that there are small signs that start to creep in, whether it is less comfortable driving at night time or in bad weather, whether it's less comfortable for them when they're driving in busy conditions and the like. And ultimately, what are people's options if they do have to stop driving or modify their driving behaviour?
It's the penultimate night at the Main Lane Drive-In. There's only tonight and tomorrow until the Jeps Cross site closes for good. Leanne Wallace from Wallace Cinemas says the demand for tickets has been extraordinary.
We sold out over a week ago, which is extremely bittersweet. We have never been this busy. However, we have only been this busy since we announced we were closing.
Now turning to 5AA sport. In AFL practice matches today, Brisbane has notched an 89-point win over Adelaide on the Gold Coast. Prize Adelaide recruit Josh Rochelle booted 3, while the Suns proved too good for the Power. Final score in that game 75-55. Daniel Ricciardo is the third fastest on day 2 of testing in Barcelona ahead of the Formula One season. The Aussie laid down 126 laps in his new McLaren and says it was a promising session.
Testing is, you just don't know. You don't know what everyone's doing, so don't look too much at the times, but of course it's nice to be towards the top of the page and the bottom.
And men's world number 3 Alexander Zverev has been hit with the $40,000 fine for his on-court outburst during a doubles match in Mexico. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete windscreens.
And Kessie got a 3-car crash, Anzac Highway near Everard Avenue. Got debris on the road, drive carefully there, heavy delays. Darlington works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue, that's near the South Road intersection, and Woodville Park pretty slow going for the drive home. Those works on Port Road near Kilkenny Road are continuing. Got lane out of action, speeds at 42. Cameras Churchill Road, Kilburn, Port Road, Cheltenham and Raglan Avenue at Edwardstown. Lunch sorted at OTR. Their delicious $5 and $6 sandwiches are ready for you and they're just $3 every Wednesday. OTR, making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 17. Sunny tomorrow, 30. Sunday, much the same, 30. And Monday, a possible shower, a top of 28. Right now, it's 28. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
Russian troops approaching the Ukraine capital. We're live to the war zone. Plus we speak to the Adelaide locals worried for their loved ones in the line of fire. The alarming number of older drivers in crashes. Hear the message from SA Police. And the new COVID-19 treatment that will soon be available in Australia. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
And that is full-time here at Metricon Stadium. Impressive win from the Suns against an opposition that made it to the prelim finals last year, brought a strong squad over, and although it's a practice match, there's a lot to like from Stuart Dew and the Suns today.
Final score 6 minutes after 5 up on the Gold Coast. Port Adelaide loses by 21 points to the Suns. We'll cross up there very, very shortly to Matt Loken, development coach of the Power, as they take a blow pretty quickly and pretty early in the season, although it is just a practice match. We'd love to have your thoughts if you're watching on KO this afternoon. What did you think? What are your takeaways? The final score 6-19, Port Adelaide 55 to the Gold Coast Suns 11-10, 76, 21-point winners. Rowey, a few things to take away.
Well, I think this sip and save text sums it up. It was from Dave earlier. Gold Coast are playing like it's their grand final and Port playing like every worker on Friday afternoon. Care factor nil. And another one here from Scott. You blokes are idiots. If you think either side would be disappointed, get a brain. It's pre-season, stupid. Scott, you worked for 4 months on things you didn't do well the year before. You add to your group.
Yeah.
And then you dish that up at the start of the game, Scott. Give me a spell. Honestly, yeah, they're not going to, throw the baby out with the bathwater, but they'd be filthy with that internally. You work that hard and you come out of the blocks and play like that, Port Adelaide, 1 goal 13 against a team that we all think's going to finish bottom. Scott, give me a spell. Now, they're not going to go, ooh, it's panic stations. But you don't tell me that Ken Hinkley wouldn't be filthy. Now, we are meant to get Matty Locken right now.
Moments away. They're in a team meeting.
Well, they're in a team meeting. I mean, if they didn't care, there'd be no team meeting, mate.
Yeah.
Scotty, it was deja vu. Your game against the Bulldogs in the first half was identical to that one. There was no difference. Smashed at the contest, smashed at work rate, smashed in every aspect of the game. 1 goal 13, dude, to half-time. Come on, Scotty, you're better than that.
Another game next Saturday against the Crows, an official pre-season game, so at least they'll be able to try and get a W on before the season starts. But it'll be important, I think, for fans.
Well, that will be more important. Now, Scott, you're right, because next week will be a little bit more important. Both teams will try to get to full strength and away they go. Anyway, he joins us now, Port Adelaide. Well, they went down to the Gold Coast Suns by 21 points. The start wasn't terribly flash. Their development coach, Samford coach, good fella, Matty Locken, joins us. Matt, thanks for your time.
No worries, Rowey.
Oh, boy, what did you make of that?
Oh, look, I probably didn't go, being honest, exactly the way we would have liked, but, it's not all doom and gloom. We've had a really good summer. We got some good things out of the game, and we also need to improve some things as well. So it was good to have a hit out against another team, and we'll move on pretty quick.
They were probably a little bit more desperate than you early. I think a big problem for the Port Adelaide for a lot of games last year was your start. Well, it's pretty much the same, 6-2 to 1-5 at quarter time.
Yeah, that's certainly something that we briefly spoke about after the game. Now, we only finished the game, obviously, a short time ago and had a brief chat quickly as a coaching group and also with the players as well. And we addressed that, it's something that we do need to improve, and we didn't start great today, and then obviously finished off the game a little bit better than in the second half than what we did the first half.
You had 4 months of the pre-season. You had a prelim, a review of the prelim to get that right. That must be disappointing for the coaching group and the players.
Yeah, look, yes, certainly, Rowey. Look, we're not going to hide from it. We would have liked to start better today, but as I said before, it is a practice game. We did play 30 players today. There was lots of rotation, but we do have some things to work on. So there's also some good signs as well. Thought Jackson Mead did some good things today. Josh Sin got some minutes. Sam Hayes played plenty of time in the ruck. So, the start wasn't the way that we wanted to start. But as I said before, we've got to move on pretty quick and get ready for round one in a few weeks' time.
Yeah. I like the Bonner McKenzie Sin a little bit off halfback, those laser left legs. You got the Jones boys, his running carry, Alir and Tom Jonas with DBJ. That back six still looks very solid.
Yeah, certainly. That's been the strength of our side now for a number of years, and we've also added a couple of guys, which you sort of mentioned there, into the mix. So it's going to be really hard to find. You generally play 7 defenders these days, so to find a back 7 in a couple of weeks' time is going to be really hard to do, and all of those guys have had a really good summer. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough job for Chad and Ken to be able to choose which guys play in that back 7.
Who excited you through the midfield? You've had a few guys run through there of late.
Yeah, I think it was probably in patches. I think, as I mentioned, I thought Jackson Mead did some good things through there, and we're certainly going to see a little bit more of Zach Butters playing some midfield time. So, Ollie, Trav, they're always going to do their things. William Drew's a tackling machine. I thought he had some good patches today. So, I think we just need some time. As I said, we rotated a lot of guys through there today, so we probably can't get a true indication of how they'll gel and who will get, a lot of minutes through there. So there were some patches, some good vision to review during the week and on the plane ride home. And, we'll get ready for Adelaide next week and probably, we'll probably reduce the numbers a little bit and give the boys a bit more of a hit out.
What needs work? What's alarming for the coaching group still?
Oh, we don't like to kick as many points as what we did. I think we can still finish that tidy up going into the front half of the ground and put ourselves in better positions to kick goals. So, that's without going back and reviewing it too much. That's something that probably that's probably stating the obvious to everyone, that we need to kick a bit straighter. And if we can do that, that'll help us, help our results.
Is that between the years? 1 goal 13 to half time.
Yeah, I don't know, Rowey. I think they've been trying to solve goal kicking for a number of years now. You look at the guys in our front half; they're probably the best kicks in our team. So I don't necessarily think it's one thing in particular, but it's something that we need to get a little bit better at.
How are you going to manage Sam Hayes? I want to see him play league footy this year. You got big Scotty Lysette. You had Laddams and he last year. What are your thoughts there with the two big fellas?
Yeah, I love Hazy as well. He's a ripping young man, and I think we all want to see him play some AFL football this year. So I'm sure he will. He's been knocking down the door now for a couple of years, playing some great sample footy, and I thought he held his own today. So, if and when he gets his opportunity, I'm sure he'll take it and go from there.
Okay. Pau Pepper Hemi?
Yeah, a little one. I don't know how bad it is. Obviously, as I mentioned, we just pretty well come out of a team meeting, so we'll assess that during the week, and hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, the other one's Connor Rowey. Is that a foot or an ankle?
I think it's a little ankle.
Okay.
Again, I don't know too much about it,
That's
so
right.
Obviously we'll get assessed in the next 24 hours or so, and hopefully they're not too bad.
Yeah, and Lysett was the only other one. He came off, but he didn't look too bad. I saw him out on the ground afterwards, but he's so bloody important to you, isn't he?
Yeah, it's very important for us, and the positive out of it was that it gave Hayes some more minutes, and Jeremy Finlayson in the ruck in the second half. So I think Scooter's okay. He was only going to play a half. That was the plan going into the game. So I think he just got just after half time and then come off for the second half.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of texts on the Sip and Save text, Matty. I'd love to know which camp you're in. They're all saying, it's the 25th of Feb, don't worry, it's Gold Coast Suns, they're playing for their lives. You boys are just cranking up for round one. So what camp are you in? Are you in there, well, it's the 25th of Feb, we'll move on, we'll play the Crows next week, Saturday at Richmond. And it was just, a bad day, a couple of bad moments, but we'll get better.
Yeah, I'll probably sit in the middle, Rowey, just off the back of the game. We don't like seeing that, and we certainly had hoped that we played a little bit better, but we've done a power of work over summer. I think we're in a really good position. The boys are really fit, so we've got to bounce back really quick. As you mentioned, we've got a game against Adelaide next week, and then we go into round one in a couple of weeks' time. So we're still really positive. We still think we're heading in the right direction, and look, it is only February.
Yeah, fair call. And you fly home tonight with the Crows. What's that like? Did you fly with them?
Yeah, we did. So we're pretty much straight out of the change rooms now, straight on the bus and straight to the airport. So, most of the Crows guys now we fly with them a fair bit these days in the COVID stuff. So there's no issues with that.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm a little bit trivial, a little bit Matty. Do the Crows at the back?
There's no Ramsgate on the plane.
No, I know that, but how do they seat you? Are you guys all on the left of the plane, the boys on the right, or ports forward and Crows are back? Who gets the business class? Who gets top billing? You guys finished top 4.
Well, I certainly don't get business class, but we're on the left of the plane. The Crows are on the right.
There you
Normally
go.
The big fellas get the extra leg room. So,
fantastic.
It's all pretty peaceful.
Yeah, Matty, thanks for your time. All the best for the year. Big week this week in the showdown. Thanks for picking up the phone.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, great job. Matty Loken there, Port Adelaide Footy Club sample coach. He's also a development coach. He sees the game very well and very matter of fact, and that's all you'd want them to be. There's a lot of hysteria, and maybe I'm drumming that up on the Sip and Save text. Pump the brakes, Rowey! You're putting glitter on a Nanu for the Crows. Well, I don't think I am. And then you're talking Port down, they only kicked 113 to half time. Well, Port supporters, if you are sitting there and you watch that game and you're happy with that start, and you're not slightly concerned about the mental aptitude of your players, give me a spell. And get on the blower and give me both barrels.
Well, we'd like to hear it.
113 to half time. You just lost a prelim by 70-odd points. You dished that crap up for a half.
And remember, Ken Hinkley only said that this week.
You know what drives anyone who's in this game is ultimate success, and that's what drives me. And this club believes in winning premierships, and we set out in 22 to win the premiership.
That first half was between the ears. Between the ears.
Yeah, a few things to look at, I think, during the week. Of course, the showdown, the mini pre-season showdown at Richmond Oval on Saturday. It only gets more heated up. All right, Port fans, you can give us a call about the game. You can also give us a call on the comp line, 822 300 555. We have a mystery voice. It's the last one to give away our case of Port Adelaide Football Club Creed beer. All you need to do is guess that mystery voice, and you can go into the running and get yourself that beer. 822 300 555. Give us a call now to take part. But first, the traffic. There's 5 Lexus bonus draws. Get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets before midnight Friday to win.
At Keswick, got a 3-car crash, Anzac Highway near Everard Avenue. Got debris on the road. Drive carefully there. Very heavy delays. Darlington, works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue. That's near the South Road intersection. Does get pretty slow going on the drive home. And Woodville Park, it is slowish there. Works on Port Road near Kilkenny Road is slowing that up. 1 lane out of action, speeds at 40. Cameras, Daigs Road, Croydon Park. George Street's at Theberton. Enjoy no joint fees at Zap Fitness. Make this summer your success from only $7.99 per week. Limited time only. zapfitness.com.au. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8 litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
Let me tell you about St Kilda Hotel. Legend has it, long before the Schnitties and St Kilda playground over there, this pub was a hideaway for the daring few who wanted a cold one after hours. A watchman kept lookout for cops, and this secluded little pub became a sanctuary for the few that knew about it. Still is. Good old school hospitality. Now you know. This table's waiting for you at St Kilda Hotel.
The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving 5 lucky ticket holders the chance to drive away in a brand new Lexus, just for getting in early. Plus, your tickets stay in the draws for 2 stunning Scott Salisbury homes in beautiful Somerton Park. There's a catalogue full of prizes, including luxury cars and amazing getaways. Join the fight and get your tickets by midnight tonight at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14133.
The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman. All discontinued floor stock must go. Now's the time to upgrade to an Australian-made mattress or ensemble and support local manufacturers. Our range includes the big-name brands Sleepmaker, Sealy Posturepedic and King Coil by A.H. Beard. This is your chance to buy a quality Australian-made mattress or ensemble at an amazing price. All discontinued floor stock must go. The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman.
Go! Hear that? That's the sound of the Red Centre calling you. Get out there. Discover a desert bursting with life with a little help from RAA Travel. Go beyond the everyday. This is the change of scenery you've been craving. Curated self-drive packages start from just $865 per person. You only live once, so live once. Book now with RAA Travel. T's and C's booking and eligibility criteria apply. Available from raa.com.au.
Keep on moving on.
A kid's playground, rubbish. A park bench, rubbish. A nature boardwalk, rubbish. You see, the Australian government is helping industry to transform your old rubbish into incredible new things. Proudly remade in Australia. Like this outdoor gym, rubbish. Even this brand new road, rubbish. Every time you recycle, you're helping to remake Australia into a better place for everyone. Remade in Australia. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Subscribe to The Advertiser and enjoy great savings on the news you trust with digital access for just $1 for the first 28 days. Search The Advertiser offer today. Conditions apply.
scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 21 minutes after 5. We are now playing the Port Adelaide Mystery Voice. For your chance to win a carton of Port Adelaide Creed beer, all you need to do is guess the Mystery Power Voice. Creed 2, a limited edition, by the way. So jump on to shop.piratelife.com.au, grab yourself a case before it's all gone. You'll be helping build the club museum, which is going up. So this is fantastic. And we got one last case to give away.
This one's easy. Hello, Wayne. Okay, here we go. I'd love you to win this Creed. Have a listen to this.
I'm sure he's going to have plenty of advice, and I might have to whack a muzzle on him at some stage.
So easy.
Who's that, Wayne?
That's Tom Jonas.
No.
Oh, no.
Sounds very much like him. Yeah, okay. Let's go to Christian.
Hello.
How are you, Christian?
Good, thank you.
You want to hear it again, or...?
Yes, please.
I'm sure he's going to have plenty of advice, and I might have to whack a muzzle on him at some stage.
Hammer a clock, Christian.
Probably Savage Boat.
Yeah, well, I don't reckon he has a hammer, does he? Or a drum. Hello there, Andrew.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Who do you reckon?
Could I hear it again, please?
Okay.
All right, one last time.
I'm sure he's going to have plenty of advice, and I might have to whack a muzzle on him at some stage.
He's a defender, and he's gone.
I reckon it's Jonas.
Oh, we just had Jonas.
We had Jonah. Andrew? Barry. He's at Westies.
G'day,
He's got a brother called Adam. He's a defender, and I loved him.
Hamish Hartlett.
Oh, thank you. Happy days. Baz, you've won a Creed 2 limited edition thanks to shop.piratelife.com.au. Fantastic.
My favourite beer company.
Yeah, they're bloody good down there. You'll enjoy that. If you haven't been to Pirate Life in the heart of Port Adelaide, it is bloody good.
Oh, yeah.
Taking your calls, 24 minutes past 5. Let's go to Tony. How are you?
Yeah, Rowey, good, thanks. Just wanted to make a comment on the Crows Brisbane game.
Yep.
So watching it live today, clearly it was like boys playing men. They were taller, they were bigger. They just beat us up around stoppage and stuff. But that's to be expected. A lot of kids in and around the ball. Rochelle was good, I thought. Hinge was good. And the rest of it, I thought there was a lack of intensity around the ball by some of the more senior players. We just come out of the middle too quickly. And we got, we had Riley in there and we had Strawny in there and even Keesey. There was enough in there to win our fair share of ball, but we didn't.
7 goals from centre square, Tony. The centre square, I get a bit frustrated with both teams, as a matter of fact, because what Port needed to work on in the summer months, between their ears and their starts, they didn't do. What Crows needed to work on, one of the many things, was centre square, marks inside 50 and quality of footy inside 50. So they've had a whole pre-season, and they both stunk in both areas they needed to improve.
Yeah, I just noticed one thing, Rowey, and I'm not just saying it because you're young colts out there, but he just is, in my opinion, an instinctive small forward. When the ball comes in proper, he's going to kick plenty of goals, but it's just how it's being delivered in there, making it awkward.
He's going to struggle on that forward line, Tony. But, hey, Josh Rochelle didn't. He kicked 3 and he was a gun. Hey, thanks for your call. Keep them coming. Let's go to Seaton. Another Tony.
Oh, hi, Rowey. How you going?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Oh, it's good, mate.
Oh, gee whiz. Flat for a Friday.
Well, I must admit I am a bit flat. Are you the same, Tony? Your team recruits, it reviews the year, it works on for 3 or 4 months the areas it needs to work on, and then that's the first glimpse of what we saw of both our Adelaide teams, and it wasn't good.
Oh, they were terrible. But anyway, what I wanted to say, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay positive because you know why?
Good.
You know, it's better to lose by 21 points in February than lose by 10 goals in bloody September.
Spot on.
Okay? So I'm going to be dead positive. Yeah. I think we've got a great coach who, and he put it on the line. He put his head on the chopping block, and he said, we're here to win premierships. So let's wait 6-7 months. Let's develop these young boys. Let's put them through, and you know what? Maybe this is the kick in the butt that they needed to lose to a Gold Coast to actually come out and go, oh, maybe we're not that bloody good, Rowey.
Well,
maybe we're not that bloody good.
Tony, you look at the two teams. The only difference between Port and Crows and Port and Suns in that first half, the Suns were playing for keeps. They're on the red line. They were hunting in packs. They outworked them. Now that's between the ears. And again, if I was Ken, I'd still be a little bit disappointed at that. Most Port fans most people I hear about Port, we're good enough, but I don't know, something's wrong between our ears. There was another game between the ears, Tony. 1 goal 13.
Yeah, I know, mate, but I've been saying for years, you know what, maybe we should get some sort of decent coach that teaches these bloody beautiful footballers to kick bloody straight like your boy does. You know?
Thanks, Tony.
You know, they forgot the art. No worries, boys.
Yeah.
Have a lovely weekend.
Good,
Bye.
man. Keep them coming in. 7 save text. This sums up a lot of them as well. Steve, you sound like someone trying to convince yourself more than giving commentary. Cam will not lose 1 single minute of sleep about today. I don't reckon he'll lose any sleep, but he wouldn't be happy.
No, of course not.
So No Name, again, please put your name there, then I can call you by your name. So No Name, do you honestly think Ken will just brush that off? 1 goal 13 to half time against a team that most think will finish bottom 4. The Crows still look severely undersized in the middle. We get brushed aside far too often. Sip and save text. The biggest problem for the Crows, their midfield stinks. I have no other word for it.
Yep.
You get slaughtered out of the middle of the ground like they did all last year, like they did again today. And I don't want to lay it all at the feet of Riley O'Brien, but give me a spell.
Needs to feed it better. Just a little bit better. Hit some chests.
I had him on. I'm not talking out of school. Did I not have him on this week?
Yeah.
And did I not say, how's your connection with the midfielders?
Correct.
Are you working on your ruck craft? He said, it's the thing I work the most on. He can run, he can hunt, he can tackle, he can follow the ball up, he can take a mark. In the trial game, we heard he kicked 4 goals, he did this,
In
he
a
did
quarter?
that. Brilliant. Fantastic against Strawny. But oh boy, wowee, 7 goals, walked out goals in a game of footy from the centre square. Now, it's a shared duty between the ruckman and the midfielder, but I'm telling you, you get a ruckman that can put on your left TIT or your right TIT, and you can move your opponent wherever you want with it. It's a different game.
Yeah.
It is a different game.
Yeah.
So that needs bloody work.
Good delivery in all parts of the ground required. Just a quick sport update going around the grounds as well. Collingwood and the Hawks up against each other at the moment over in Victoria. Collingwood putting their highest score up since 2019, mind you, in 3 quarters. And there's 3 more quarters to go, which is the weird format, which are all these practice games.
They picked 2 teams, an A team, if you like, and a B team. Now, the Bs are coming on.
Yep. Now
so the A's of Collingwood smoked the A's of Hawthorn.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And there's another 3 periods to go, but they kicked 18 goals 3. 111. That's a good couple of quarters of footy.
How'd the Dacos boys go?
A lot of fans on Twitter absolutely loving what the Dacos boys did. They actually connected for a goal midway through the third, and it was a beauty from the
They're going to
centre.
be magical.
No,
and how about the dude, the big tall dude with the glasses?
Mason Cox?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big Cox.
People give him a lot of stick online because of his glasses, but I think they'll get past the stick.
They're actually sunglasses.
They are.
He's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the AFL.
He needs them. He said that he was losing contact lenses in the middle of the MCG, mid-game. So he'd be walking around with half vision. He couldn't see.
Maybe that was his problem
So
with
he
football.
needed to get himself some glasses. Anyway,
Big
we're going to
Coxie,
head to the
big
news
Coxie.
headlines with Michaela very shortly. On the other side of that, the Australian Test captain Pat Cummins is going to join Rowey ahead of the Pakistan tour.
5AA Breakfast.
So hard to comprehend the speed, the brazenness and the audacity of what's been happening in Ukraine. The way Putin has behaved just shows utter disregard.
Jeff Parry is covering it for Channel 7 in Kiev.
Most of the strikes have been on eastern cities, Kiev in particular. That's the seat of government, so Putin wants them out.
Informing Adelaide.
Ayana is on the ground in Ukraine.
We can hear the noise of the attack.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamareg. For a second morning in a row, Kiev residents are waking to explosions as Russian troops close in on the Ukraine capital. Older drivers are being encouraged to think about their future on the road in a new Save Pole ad campaign. The space sector is receiving a $65 million injection to invest in jobs and technology in hopes of making Australia a leader in launches. And Daniel Ricciardo is third fastest on day 2 of testing in Barcelona ahead of the Formula One season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Keswick, got a three-car crash, Anzac Highway near Everard Avenue. Debris on the road, drive carefully, heavy delays. Darlington works on the Flagstaff Road upgrade continue near the South Road intersection. Woodville Park, slow going. Works on Port Road near Kilkenny Road continue. One lane out of action with cameras Daigs Road, Croydon Park, Everard Avenue at Keswick. Enjoy family entertainment and giveaways at SA Health COVID-19 vaccination clinics this super family walk-in weekend. No bookings required. Visit the SA Health website for more info. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 17. Sunny tomorrow, 30. Right now, it's 27. More news at 6 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
Don't let car trouble put the brakes on your adventures. FIVEAA now offers free FIVEAA roadside assist for a year with every new comprehensive car policy purchased before February 28, 2022. That's 24/7 assistance all year round. So go with FIVEAA, the go-to insurance for retirees. Call 13 50 50 or go online today. FIVEAA. Get set, go. T's and C's apply. FIVEAA is an authorised representative of the product issuer AAI Limited. Read the PDS and TMD. Call for copies.
Hi, Daisy Pearce here. Signing up an apprentice or trainee is easy when you partner with MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. MEGT is Australia's largest and only national apprenticeship network provider. They've been in it for the long haul since 1982 and make the whole sign-up process easy. You could even be eligible for government incentives. Team up with the best in the business. MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. Call them now on 13 63 48 or visit meg.com.au.
I wasn't sure about making new mates when I moved to FIVEAA. Turns out I didn't have to worry. I do balance classes with the troops twice a week, and then I catch up with everyone when I man the bar for happy hour. That's about the right balance for me. Yeah, well, I wish I'd made the move to FIVEAA sooner.
There's never been a better time to take the first step to great retirement living. Search FIVEAA First Step today.
On the hunt for a new podcast? In Life and Crimes, the Sunday Herald Sun columnist Andrew Rule shines a light on the dark corners of Australian life. Part Louis Theroux, part Morgan Spurlock, the Rush podcast takes you on a thrilling experiential adventure into how and why we crave what we do. Or hear the untold true stories of Australia's most terrifying crimes and insights into the criminal underworld that will leave you on the edge of your seat in I Catch Killers. Listen via the 5AA player or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fire, fire, go away. Come again, no more today.
Act now to be bushfire ready. Remember to do your 5-minute bushfire plan. Keep it up to date and share it with loved ones today. It's also important to stay informed. Watch the weather and listen to multiple sources of information. Why risk it? Go to cfs.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
26 minutes to 6 on your Footy Friday. Port and Crows in action all the way through the afternoon, so we'd love to hear your thoughts. 8223 0000. Lines are open. Terry McAuliffe from racing.com very shortly, but first, let's check some cricket.
Australia had a great summer. They won the World Cup, we know, the Ashes, then a one-day series 4-1 over Sri Lanka. Joining us before they fly to Pakistan, our Test skipper, Paddy Cummins. Paddy, welcome.
G'day, boys. How you doing?
Good, my man. Not a bad summer.
Hey, all went to plan. Yeah, it's great summer. More than anything, as soon as we finished the fifth test, that's what our attention turned straight to this Pakistan team, to this Pakistan tour. Sorry, to get the team back together, and excited that it's here now.
How are you and yourself, Paddy? It's been a big summer. You were made skipper, and well done again for that. You missed a test due to COVID protocols. I mean, you lost your coach. It's a full-on job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's been enjoyable for the most part. To win a home Ashes series, the way we did, see some young players really shine and grow. It's been really rewarding. I think after that series, obviously there's been a lot of conjecture and tough times around the jail decision, but as part of the job, I knew what I signed up for, and again now just getting excited for the next tour.
Are you enjoying it in its essence? Do you see yourself as a long-time skipper, Paddy?
Oh, look, I think, with any role, there's a date where, where you might be past it and it's time for someone else. But I think at the moment I'm really enjoying it. Literally only been in the role for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long term, but, I'm enjoying it. I think it's something that the longer it goes on, the more I'll feel confident and comfortable in the role and hopefully grow into it.
Have you had to give anyone a rocket yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, the boys are pretty good this summer.
Yeah, excellent. You're not going to turn into Alan Border, are you? He was my favourite, Captain Grumpy. Hey,
don't know if I've got that in me.
Nah, you haven't, Paddy. You're a ripper. First test versus Pakistan. It's next Friday, so give us the details. When do you fly out?
Yeah, so we fly out on the weekend, and we've literally just got 3 or 4 days training when we get over there. So we've had a good hit out the last couple of days in Melbourne. I feel like we're ready to go. We'll get over there, get used to slightly foreign conditions. We don't know entirely what to expect, just not playing a lot of cricket over there. I feel like we're ready to go. Everyone's coming in really great form, quite fresh, and excited.
Yeah, 28-year drought. It's going to be absolutely superb. Going to be less than a week to, sum up the conditions and acclimatise. I wouldn't want to be a selector. There's you, Stark, Bolland and Hazelwood. And I'd play all 4 of you. And then you've got Green. What about Nathan Lyon? I don't want to be you, Paddy.
I know, and you've got a couple of pretty handy spinners waiting in the works as well, and you've got Mitchell Marsh. I think that's one of the highlights of this Ashes series. Wasn't just winning, but we had 15 guys who stood up and made a real difference. So that's what's really exciting. We're taking a diverse squad over there. We feel like all bases are covered, and as you said, wouldn't want to be a selector.
Security in Pakistan was always an issue, I guess. Now Russia doing what Russia does. Has that put a nervous tension in the air, Paddy?
Oh, we've known this is, been worked on for a long time, and we've been taken on that journey. So we're really comfortable with where it's at. It's been so much work that's gone into it. We had a couple of staff members fly over there about a month ago and see it firsthand. So everyone's in a really good place. We feel like once we get over there, we can just concentrate on the cricket and all the other work's been taken care of.
Don't want to sound like a drama queen, but I googled this. Pakistan to Ukraine is closer than Perth to Sydney.
Yeah, right. Well, thanks for telling me that, mate.
Sorry, Paddy. Doom and gloom. Now, you trained at the MCG. The lads obviously looking good and they're excited.
Yeah, that's it. It's good fun to get back out there, have a good hit out. We made one wicket a bit more spin friendly in case we come across that over there. It's been good more than anything else. It's always a good vibe getting the boys together before start of the big series.
And interim coach Andrew McDonald settled in?
Yeah, seamlessly. He's been around the group for a couple of years, so no teething problems there. Straight in.
Yeah. Will you be involved in the selection process with that, or?
Oh, look, I think it's probably similar to the process for jail. I wouldn't be surprised if I get asked for feedback. But in terms of decision making, that's certainly not me.
Yeah. Paddy, a great summer. Thanks for your time. May it continue. 28 years ago we went to Pakistan. I know you do us all proud. I hope it's all safe and healthy and happy and you win and all that sort of stuff. And, mate, speak soon.
Beauty. Thanks for that.
Good
Cheers,
work.
Mate.
Paddy Cummins, he is our test skipper, doing us proud, and we wish them all the best over there in Pakistan. Fly out this weekend. The first test this Friday.
Yeah.
Pat Cummins, our guest.
Amazing how quickly it's coming around. The summer's just finished here, but we are continuing the cricket action next week against Pakistan.
I am really looking forward to that. But with world security at the moment, would you go?
I don't know. You start to change your mind when you're starting to fly around that part of the world.
So just think, it escalates, and you're in Pakistan. I mean, Australia's not exactly going to send a RAF plane over there to pick them up and bring them back.
It's a stone's throw, isn't it?
And as I said, it's 3,785 kilometres between Pakistan and Ukraine.
What did you say it was, the
it's
comparison?
3,290 from Sydney to Perth.
Wow. You're pretty close to the action. So
Unbelievable, Row. You spend an hour bagging Port, making their 20-point loss seem worse than the Crows' 80-point loss, then suck the guts out of Matt when you talk to him. Nothing's changed. Cheers, Jared. Jared, if you've listened to the show, I have been equal parts critical and disappointed in both teams. To have a whole pre-season and front up that effort, Port Adelaide's more so the first half. 1 goal 13, Jared. And the Crows, well, they lost by 89 points. And again, I'll give that stat. 17 of Brisbane's players had played over 50 games, 11 over 100. Crows had 5.
Yeah.
Of a 25-man squad. So that's the difference, men v boys. I'm equal parts disappointed in both because the same bloody problems the Crows had last year, they got this year. And, Jared, your team's between the ears. The old noggin. The old...
Hello.
Didn't turn up, Jared. Bit like the prelim,
All right.
Jared, with one R.
We did speak to both coaches during the show. If you've just joined us on the program, James Rowey, about an hour ago, spoke to us from the Adelaide Crows. He said after an 89-point loss to the Lions.
Bit disappointing. We probably did get beaten on most lines. They're a hardened-bodied team and pretty experienced team and had pretty much their best side in. But, yeah, we need to be a little bit better, especially around the contest. It was quite disappointing with how clean we were around the contest, which really made it hard for us to get our game going.
You made that pretty clear as well in your comments, Rowey. And then Matty Loken from Port Adelaide about half an hour ago said some similar things.
I probably didn't go, being honest, exactly the way we would have liked. You know, it's not all doom and gloom. We've had a really good summer. We got some good things out of the game, and we also need to improve some things as well. It was good to have a hit out against another team, and we'll move on pretty quick.
So I rolled the Crows Nanu in glitter, apparently, according to Gerard, and then I sucked up to Matty Loken's clacker. I mean, please, do you even listen?
You have to ask the questions, and that's all you can do. Johnny from Paraka text in, "Hi boys, you wait and see. Next week the Power will come out and beat the Crows easily. The Power only play 2 good games a year, and that's against the Crows. Maybe if they channel their energy into every game, they might get some success. Probably harsh. They do get a lot of success during the year.
Yeah, they finished top 4. They play in the prelim.
You said the Crows will win all the showdowns this year.
Yeah, they will. Johnny, I bet you the Crows beat Port this week at Richmond. A bottle of Rusden Black Guts.
All right.
It's Black Guts Friday.
Like that.
Johnny, give us a call.
All right.
Take me out. Come on, Johnny.
What's on your roads? There's 5 Lexus bonus draws. Get your Hospital Research Foundation home lottery tickets before midnight Friday to win.
At Keswick, got a 3-car crash, Anzac Highway near Everard Avenue. Got a fair bit of debris on the road there. Drive carefully, heavy delays. O'Halloran Hill, look out for works on Majors Road near the Southern Expressway. That's affecting both directions. Speeds at 40 and Myrtlebank speeds reduced for works around the intersection of Christ, Glen Osmond and Portrush Roads. Cameras, Hartley Road, Flinders Park, Park Terrace, Bowden, Raglan Avenue at Edwardstown. The King 45th anniversary sale is on now. Save up to 50% on Australian design award-winning furniture. Sale on now. Visit the King Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer at Western Hospital, Henley Beach. There are lots of people who don't know there is a way of having a procedure at Western Hospital without private health insurance. Many people choose to self-fund their procedures or pay from their superannuation where the funds permit. There is often no need to be on a waiting list if you're able to fund your own procedure without private health insurance. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. For more information, or if you would like to explore this option further, visit westernhospital.com.au.
Introducing the limited Nissan Navara Pro 4X Auto with Canopy. Get yours from $66,190 drive away for ABN players. Contact your Nissan dealer while stocks last. T's and C's apply.
The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving 5 lucky ticket holders the chance to drive away in a brand new Lexus just for getting in early. Plus, your tickets stay in the draws for 2 stunning Scott Salisbury homes in beautiful Somerton Park. There's a catalogue full of prizes, including luxury cars and amazing getaways. Join the fight and get your tickets by midnight tonight at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14133.
I used to think a good day on the golf course was coming home with more than one golf ball. But my game has really stepped up thanks to Shane from Drummond Golf.
Hi Tom, how's the handicap going?
Well, I've been personally my-matched by you, and I'm hitting longer, straighter and higher than I ever have before. You and your team have really got my game sorted.
We want people to love golf as much as we do. Just like we did for you, Tom, we put you through the My Match process to pick the right clubs for you. We also do lessons at the driving range and kit them out in the best gear, all aimed to reduce their handicap.
Well, it has worked a treat for me. I cannot recommend it enough. Go and see the team at Drummond Golf. Thank you again, Shane. Enfield, Darlington, Myland, Tetra Gully and the West Beach driving range.
Oh, Sip and Save have some great offers.
Yeah, I know. Like this 700ml bottle of Russian Standard Vodka or Pimm's for $35.99. I love a refreshing Pimm's. Have you found anything?
Yeah, a 750ml bottle of Wera Wera Mrs. Wiggly Rosé is only $13.99. I'm sorted.
Great. Hey, whilst we're here, I might grab a 10-pack of Wild Turkey and Cola 4.8%. They're on special for $41.99.
Nice, now you're sorted.
Whatever the occasion, start at
Sip and Save.
Delivery available in selected areas. For more specials, head to sipandsave.com.au. Prices may vary in country areas.
So, what you're saying is, I'm not doing it right.
No, Dale, you do a great job, and I'm very grateful, but sometimes...
You can tell me.
Well, sometimes you skip bits.
Do I?
You do, but you don't have to hurry.
Okay, I'll pay more attention.
I can do it myself if you're busy.
Really?
You'd rather I got someone else?
No, mowing the lawn is something we can both enjoy.
Stanford Mowers, for the joy of mowing. 590 Main North Road, Jeps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
13 minutes to 6, very shortly. Terry McCauley from Racing.com. We've seen a few practice games already today. The Crows and Power both going down. The Collingwood Magpies smashing the Hawks as they play an extended pre-season practice game. And now the Swans and Giants have just hit the track. Massive crowd in Albury.
Well, I was going to say there's been terrific crowds in Victoria for all these trial games. At the Hangar, that Essendon game, Collingwood Hawks, very, very good suburban crowd. We've just switched over to Sydney GWS. They lead 3-1 to 1-1. That's GWS Giants early in the first quarter. The game's been played at Albury. Would there be 8, 9, 10,000 there?
They are packed, shoulder to shoulder.
Packed. So Crows and Port showdown next Saturday, Richmond Oval. That's a 3:40 start. Be live on 5AA. I'd expect the 8, 9, 10,000 there.
We have to pack it out. It's a good local game, and it's got you both your local team, so everyone should turn out. Can you believe, though, this is Buddy Franklin's first practice game in 4 years.
Is it?
He's actually determined to get those 1,000 goals and get a good season, I reckon.
Let's go to Terry McCauley of Racing.com. Tez?
Rowey, how are you, mate?
Hey, before we get your tip, sad to hear and see the McAvoys are leaving the town, leaving SA.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it was the empire that Colin Hayes, the late Colin Hayes, created there at Angaston, and then eventually his sons, David and the late Peter Hayes, trained there. And Tony McAvoy's been, part of Lindsay Park and now Kildalton Park in his own right for most of his lifetime as well. He was actually an apprentice jockey to Colin Hayes at Lindsay Park and won a Group 1 race. He won an Oaks when he rode before he got too big, Mr. McAvoy, and then started being an assistant trainer to the Hayeses and then eventually training in his own right. So, the decision for Wayne Mitchell to close the Kildalton Park part of his business down is certainly, very sad and the end of an era.
Yeah, cited the landlord selling the property as one reason, but prize money and frustrations with government support of racing was another consideration. Does our government need to do more?
Oh, well, you look at the prize money that we race for, Rowey, and, we're never going to be able to compete with, Victoria, New South Wales, and probably even Queensland. You can add them into the mix as well. But, yeah, it would be nice to see some further support and the tax that the government take on betting. For a long time, there's been, a lot of noise being made from the racing industry that they take too much and maybe they need to give some more back. But that remains to be seen what will happen when we're going to get through the next election before that happens anyway, really.
Tez, a quick text on the Sip and Save text that's come in from Chris. Says, Caitlin Jones in action Friday night and Saturday morning in Saudi Arabia for the STC International Jockeys Challenge representing Australia alongside Glenn Boss and Sam Collett. We should be tuning in. What can we look out for?
Yeah, look, it's been an incredible experience for Caitlin. Of course, she travelled to Dubai with 2 horses for the Will Clarkin stable
he's a Boulder and Parsifal, and she rode both of those horses in runs up there. And now she's been able to take this opportunity as well and go to Saudi Arabia and represent Australia alongside Glenn Boss as well. So just incredible. Caitlin, her head must be spinning at the moment with what's coming her way. I'm not quite sure how you can tune in or watch. There's probably like a live stream feed you can access some way, but I don't have the answer to that. Sorry, boys.
Well, KO will have it. They've got bloody everything else. Hey, Taz, racing.com might have it. Taz, give us some Monkey and a best bet for the weekend.
Hey, can I just say, too, that the wet weather causing havoc. So Doomben's already off tomorrow in Brisbane. In Sydney at Randwick, there's 2 Group 1s and a stack of other group races being run. That track at the moment's a heavy 9, so they must be right on the borderline as well. And as I said, there's a couple of Group 1 races there tomorrow, the Chipping Norton Stakes and also the Surround Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. Big day in Melbourne as well. They've got no problems with the weather at Caulfield. 3 Group 1s, the Blue Diamond for the 2-year-olds. They've also got the Futurity. That's the race Behemoth would have been running in if he hadn't have gone amiss. So bad luck there. And the Oakley Plate, where David Jolly's got to run a Streetcar Stranger, which Paul Gatt's going over to ride. So we wish them luck. But tomorrow at Morfordville, our main race is the Lord Ream Stakes. It's the traditional lead-up race to our Adelaide Cup. And Hastalar War's going to run a short price favourite there, boys, but should win. That's race 5, number 2. The race before that, race 4, number 4, Prince of Fences. I think it's a good thing for Michael Hickmott and Jess Eaton. So a couple of favourites, but a couple of good things seemingly on the program. And then race 7, we're going to give number 11, Spark Up, another chance. We were with him a fortnight ago. He was beaten a whisker, should have won. Hopefully he can go one better tomorrow.
Race 7, number 11. Is there a rating higher than a heavy 9?
Goes to a heavy 10.
Good, because I've been called a heavy 9.
Yeah, heavy 9, heavy 10, and then it goes to Let's Go Home.
Let's go home, Tess. You're a star. Thanks for your time.
Hey, boys, next Friday too, Port Lincoln Cup Day.
Yes.
So I should be done and dusted by then. Okay. So by the time, we roll around at 5:45 or thereabouts, so can have a chat with you from Port Lincoln next Friday.
KO Cup last weekend, Port Lincoln next weekend.
Does it all.
Well done, Terry McAuliffe Racing.com. Now, I sent a little challenge out to Johnny from Paraka. He had a nice little text about the Crows and Port will smoke them. I bet him a bottle of Rusden Black Gut Shiraz.
Here he is.
I said, if you ring in and take me up on it, happy days, Johnny!
Hi, boys. How you going?
You want to take me up on that?
Yeah, I'll take up on it. I've never tried it, but it sounds like a nice drop. But, I'll take up on that because I'm just sick of these Port... not supporters, these barrackers, because they're not really supporters. A lot of them mouth off when you say, oh yeah, okay, we choked. Tell them you choked in the prelim, and they say, oh, no, but at least we beat you in the showdowns. And I said, well, okay. And that's the only time they really try their guts out is when they really play in the showdowns. That's my opinion, and I'm just sick of, and I just really like to see the Crows beat them, but I just think Port will come out next week and, unfortunately, they'll beat the Crows, but that's the way it goes.
Hang on, Johnny.
Yeah.
You sound like you're a Crows man.
I am,
betting
yes,
me
right.
that Crows will beat Port, and then if Port win, you get the bottle of Black Gut Shiraz. How does that work?
Oh, I don't know. If Crows win, I'm happy. If Port lose, I get a bottle.
Johnny, that's a win-win. We've got your details,
right.
mate. Well done.
No worries. Thanks, Rowey.
Well, it's Rusden Friday, Footy Friday,
Yeah,
Black
that's
Guts Friday, and Johnny's going to probably get one.
Well done, Johnny. All right, time for this.
The Last Shout.
Oh, we're doing that right now.
Well,
I
might as
want
well.
to start with this at 5 minutes to 6.
Okay.
The Great Rex Hunt.
Yes.
3AW, they're our sister station.
Yeah.
Business partners. Yep. We love the work they do. They did a little post. Now, whenever I hear the word Richo man, Rex Hunt, I get, because I'm juvenile.
We love that.
I'm a kid. I need to mature and grow up. But certain little things just tickle my fancy. Anything below the belly button does generally, Sam, that you dump and Leith dumps. I don't know why you dumped that one earlier. It was some of my best work.
Below the button.
But anyway, here's Rex Hunt, Richo Man, thanks to 3AW.
And Simmons has marked it at centre-half ball. The punt rode in. He lighted up and went like a Richo! Richo! Here we go. He stayed on. And he kicked the goal. Richo!
There is only Rex. One.
This is the great.
Crank it up a bit more. He actually had a good voice.
He did.
So what do you call this? A beatbox? What's this?
This is a remix.
Remix.
This has been done by a Melbourne producer and songwriter. Now, I apologise if I get it wrong. Which Dejin? I think it is. Doesn't matter. Anyway, he's from Melbourne. He's put that together.
That'll go number one.
W trying to get it to go number one.
That will go number one. United Pride game tomorrow, kick-off 7:15. I'm more interested in the 3 points, to be honest, and a win, but good luck to all of them. 36ers play tonight. Then Sydney at home Sunday, 12:15 tip-off. Get your tickets. We need to win both of those. And Crows AFLW team, they play Fremantle. Now, they're playing in Perth.
They are.
They're going to be led into the Republic of WA. Go figure, from 2:40 tomorrow. Good luck to the girls. It's a top-of-the-table clash. That's okay. My mum and dad can't come here because they've got to isolate when they go back. I can't go there because I'd have to isolate for 10 days, but that's okay.
Yep.
You can play footy in Perth. Who's their premier? What's his name?
Mark McGowan.
Mark McGowan. Hey, I'm not allowed to do any name calling and I won't. I'll be respectful, Sammy. You won't have to know. Mark McGowan. I can't see my folks, but the girls can play in Perth.
Yeah.
Go figure. I guarantee you, next week or the week after, the old Republican over there, Mr. McGowan, Premier, Mr. McGowan, I'll be respectful.
You're respectful.
Bet you opens the borders before the footy starts.
Sounds like it's going to happen that way.
Bet you. Bit like we might have to wear masks, the football. What's happening next month in Adelaide? Election.
Yeah. Wow, amazing about that.
I can't wait for Leon to be back.
Time to get to the 6 o'clock news. Michaela's got your latest. Rowey has done a great job back on Monday, so is Leith. We'll see you over the weekend.
The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman. All discontinued floor